Woo! Hey, so y'all just stick around to the end of the video so y'all can see what almost happened to me, because it was literally the unthinkable. But we are here to talk about the Gemini 2 palette today by Melt Cosmetics, and I have 3 looks for you. So as I recover from what you'll see at the end of the video, you'll know why when you get there. But let's go ahead and get started talking about Gemini 2, okay? Welcome on back to my channel. So like I just mentioned, I have 3 looks today for you with the Gemini 2 palette by Melt Cosmetics. Yes, so Gemini has a new little sister, okay, and it's Gemini 2. I actually don't have the Gemini palette, and now I'm like, I think I'm gonna pick it up, and I said I wasn't gonna pick it up because it's so green. I mean, well, it's a green palette, and I have a million green palettes. But after using this, I'm like, yeah, and finding a Sephora gift card kind of laying around with the set, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and grab it. But before I just get too carried away, let me go ahead and introduce myself. If you are new to this channel, welcome, and if you're older but goodie, welcome on back. My name is Ashley. I have a doctorate in pharmacy, and I love makeup. So that's how you get Dr. Ash and her makeup. But please just call me Ash or Ashley, and eyeshadow is my jam. It is one of my favorite things to talk about. So some time ago, we kind of saw, Laura, one of the owners, kind of, doing like this with the palette, kind of like this. And we're like, but what's that? Okay. So we have the Gemini 2 palette, and it is so gorgeous. These are all new shades, and it's giving the Melt vibes that I like to see when I pick up a Melt palette, okay? Of course, the packaging is gorgeous, and every time I think about Melt, like, they always have gorgeous packaging. I feel like they have some of the most consistent, unique packaging in my collection. Like, it's them, Kaleidos, and Pat McGrath. I'm like, yes. The packaging, okay? So this palette does retail for $58, and it actually released first to the Melt website. So there was a little drama. They sent out an email saying you could get this particular palette and the Gemini as a bundle, because Gemini was actually coming back for a total of $80. And then the day before they said $100, and we're like, wait, what do you mean? But they ended up giving you a 20% off code. So I actually ordered this from the website, and then I did pay for the priority shipping for it to get here, and I got it really quickly, okay? So as I mentioned, the palette did release on the 1st to the Melt website, but it is coming to Sephora tomorrow, which is what's today? The 8th of April, and it's coming during the Sephora VIB sale, or the spring savings event, as they want to call it. So if you're a Rouge, you're going to be able to get 20% off on it, and if you're an Insider, of course, you can get your 10%. Now, I think it's great. I love it when new products come to Sephora during the Sephora sale, because it makes you happy and excited. And it's like, oh, something new that, you can try out and get a savings on, okay? So Gemini 1 and Gemini 2 are both coming if you don't have the second palette. This palette retails for $58, as I mentioned before. And the palette is described as she's feeling feisty and not in the mood. Gemini 2 eyeshadow palette has 10 brand new shades of matte textures with a dab of shims. Kara, Beauty and Frizz, they stealing your words, girl. They said shim, okay? As in shimmers, okay? Rich, salty rose tones you can blend impeccably with deep wines and moss tones. You'll never know what side you're gonna get. She's soft, edgy at the same time. And with this look, I think that is so true. And with the looks I did before, I am highly impressed with this palette. So just a couple more things about the palette before we go ahead and get started. It also comes with this unicarton, and I feel like they did such a good job on this too. I like how it's holographic, and you still get the embossing here on the outer packaging. You also get the instructions and the ingredients on the back. The ingredients are also on the website. And the palette is distributed by Melt Cosmetics. The packaging is recyclable. It's good for 12 months once you open it. And the net weight is 21.06 grams. Now, Melt Cosmetics does not test on animals, and that information is on their website. And in addition, most of their products are vegan, and vegan products will be clearly labeled underneath the ingredients tab of each product page. So you can find that information there if you're looking for it. Let's go ahead and get started with these looks, okay? Woo! All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and get started. I do have some makeup on, my base makeup on. I Look, what was supposed to be a quick trip, and it was, like, I went to Sephora with my auntie because she wanted to get some makeup. So we spent an hour and a half in there, and that was fine. That was fine. And I was like, oh man, my melt stuff showed up. So, you know, I could get home. And it was like 3:30. Cool. I get stuck on the interstate for 2 hours. No kidding, because the tractor trailer overturned. But I hope everybody's okay. But whew, I hope I can like muster through this video and do all these looks in one sitting. We shall see. I can't make you no promises because it's already 7 o'clock. I don't know. I should be fine. I'll be fine. But anywho, I'm just going to go ahead and prime my eyelids using my Urban Decay Primer Potion in the shade Caffeine, which, you know, it does suck because this one you actually cannot get in the store. I think it's something with the way it's formulated, and it's only on the Urban Decay website, and the subscriber did tell me at the moment it's out of stock. So that does suck. I usually buy 1 or 2 at the time, and then with ShopRunner, the shipping's kind of free. I think the last time when I bought these, and this is my last one, at the moment, I think it was like a buy one type of get one sale. So let's get started.
This might be right. Either you feel it or you don't. Might give it a try, yeah. Our bodies collide. Baby, you're everything I want. Let's give it some time, yeah. Somebody told me I should hit and run, but they don't know, they don't know, they don't know. Disturbed. So many people let me know I should bounce from your world, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Somebody told me I should hit and run, but they don't know, they don't know, they don't know. Nobody knows but us how we roll, how we roll. Nobody knows what we got. This might be right. Either you feel it or you don't. Might give it a try, yeah. Our bodies collide. Baby, you're everything I want. Let's give it some time, yeah. Somebody told me I should hit and run, but they don't know, they don't know, they don't know.
went back and, ooh, like all smiles. All smiles when I was using this. If you can see, and it looks simple, it's neutral, but it's smoky and it's a little grungy and it's sexy, and the shadows blended so smooth. I didn't have a problem with anything. I mean, the mattes were buttery smooth. There's only 2 shimmers in this palette, and those 2 were very smooth. They're not like the most shimmers where you're not going to be seen from the sky, but they have a nice texture, a nice color. You get a little more sparkle with the shade Mateo. But these mattes are just they're so gorgeous, so beautiful. I mean, I didn't have a problem. And let's see, well, I used these 2 outer shades as my inner corner highlights, which gave a nice like vibrancy to the eye. So I went in with the Sweetheart shade first, and that one was a lot deeper than I expected it to be. That's what I put in my transition area, and then able to go ahead and deepen it up with the shade Lovesick, which is beautiful, and still get a gradient by popping in with this more deeper plum shade that is Lux Queen. And Schmood on the lid, it's a really beautiful look. Super solid, super easy to create. And then even I feel the same way when I went in with Gemelas, I think that's how you call it. It's so nice. It's a nice pairing with the shade Boy Mom right here. So overall, so far, I just think this is really beautiful. It was really nice. So for my face details, I'm wearing the Pat McGrath foundation. And for my blush, oh boy, I have some thoughts on this. This bad boy. Do you see how big it is? Do you see that it is? It's like covering my whole face. But I really do like the blushes, okay? So I'm wearing this corally shade right here for blush, and I'm wearing this as the highlight. So these 2 shades, I think they're really nice. It actually went with the palette very well. What is the name of that shade? I guess that would be, I think we're going to hold it that way. Now I can't see. So I think it's going to be probably Aphrodisia, and then Champagne Venus for the highlight. And then I went in for the lip. I went in with a Divinyl that I actually was able to pick up during the little glitch sale, as I call it, which is Electric Lotus. So this beautiful shade right here for my lip. So, let's go ahead and do one more look, but oh my gosh, this is just beautiful. It really, really is. am back. This is the third and final look. So I think it is beautiful. It kind of turned into a little halo situation that I didn't expect for it to happen, because I laid down this shimmer. What is that shimmer called? It is called, that's Schmood. Okay, so I laid down Schmood, and then I put down Mateo, and I kind of wanted to just be a gradient, but then Mateo got deep because I wet it, and I wanted to see how the shimmers were going to pop with the mixing medium. And this is just the Mayron mixing medium, and you know, it brought Schmood out, and it kind of brought out the elements of Mateo and made it a little bit deeper. But then when I mixed it in and blended it in, I was like, ew, it's kind of like a cute little halo situation that I really wasn't expecting, because we got the outer corner. I have nothing but good things to say. I loved every single look that I did so far. Of course, when I do my first looks and my 3 looks, 1 palette, there are always more first impressions, but so far, super solid. I am excited about this. This is kind of like the neutral, rosy, grungy palette that I needed, that I didn't know I needed. You know, you have a lot of great options, a lot of great matte options. You can also mix and match with your other shimmer shades if you're worried about that. The 2 shimmers in here are really, really beautiful. And I love all of the looks I got with this. The mattes are just like super smooth. I think we all know that Melt isn't usually known for their shimmers, and they can be difficult to use, but these 2 shimmers are really nice. They're smooth. Of course, like I said, they're not going to be super vibrant shimmers. They're not going to be like wet looking shimmers, but they're nice foiled shimmers, and you know, they serve their role well. So you get some nice little sheen to the eye. You get nice matte looks. Even some of the lighter shades I think are really nice in the inner corner. I do want to do a look where I have like the matte shade on my eyelid. It's peachy, it's rosy, you have some plums, of course you got your greens. It's just really cohesive, and I used every shade in here. Yes, I have. And I was really surprised about how ladylike looks, you know, in the transition area on my particular skin tone. So, I mean, obviously I feel like this particular shade and this shade might not be the most, it might not show up the most on people who are deeper than me, but I was pleasantly surprised, and I wanted to kind of test that out. Not to mention, like I said, you can put it on the lid, the inner corner, get nice matte highlight, get a nice brightness to the eye, because this look was looking very deep before I put that shade, what I put, Bella, in the inner corner. The shade Lovesick is absolutely gorgeous. Just a beautiful plum kind of red tone with a little hint of brown, I think, in it. This palette is just gorgeous. Melt really did it with this. So I think I'm going to pick up Gemini 1. I don't own Gemini 1. It's like I had to scoot back. I felt so close, okay? But I don't own Gemini 1, but I think I'm gonna pick it up because I found the Sephora gift card, and I was like, okay, well, let me just go ahead and grab it. And now after playing with this, I'm like, I want to get its sister, you know, its big sister. But this is really, really gorgeous. Just stunning. I only have good things to say about it. Like, I used every shade. You're definitely going to hear me come back with my final thoughts. You're going to find this in a palette roundup. I'm going to probably use this in a palette rotation. I might film with this tomorrow morning. We'll see if I get up in time. You know, I be saying I'm going to film in the morning sometimes for my palette rotations, even though I'll leave my stuff set up, and I'm like, I'm not waking up the extra 20 minutes early, so we'll see how I feel. But you will see this palette around more before I create my total final thoughts. But if you were looking to pick this up during the sale, I think this is a fabulous palette. It's really beautiful if you're into Melt Cosmetics, or if you're looking for maybe your first palette to start with Melt. Immediately when I was playing with this palette, some things kind of like popped into my mind, you know. So immediately what popped into my mind would be the retro palette. And I really like the retro palette, but is there room for both in your collection? I actually do think that there is definitely room for both in your collection. This is the Natasha Denona Retro. Beautiful, beautiful palette. And you do have a couple little grungy tones in here, like this is my shade right here, but they're more gray based versus green, how we have in the Gemini II. Let me see if I can hold them both together. My hands are small, y'all know this. I'm scared. I don't want to have my... I've been trying to be careful the whole time I was holding this palette so I wouldn't put my fingers in it like, you know, how I usually do. Okay. All right. So if you see, you know, they are very close somewhat with the berry tones, but this one definitely pulls more peachy, more rosy. This one is definitely more plummy, has some more deeper purples in it, I feel like it. Plus you don't have the greens and the lighter champagnes. You definitely get more shimmer action, and you know, it's just a little bit more berry tone, where this one I feel like it's rosy peach, and then of course you got the green. And then if you wanted to see like maybe, what is it, She's in Parties. Those are not close, but I'll show it to you. So I grabbed She's in Parties and Naughty Nudes, so just so you could see. So She's in Parties is definitely very much black and purple, you know, plum or lavender right here for sure. This is by Melt Cosmetics, also a really nice palette by them. And then of course with this, so like I said, it's still more of a rosier rose gold color story for sure, but here are the two together. So I definitely feel like there's room. There might be a small overlap, maybe with one shade. The closest shade I feel like would be maybe LX Queen and Mean Streak. Mean Streak is here, but this is very deep. This shade right here where my finger is very deep versus LX Queen. I feel like it's deep, but you can definitely build it up. You can sheer it out. You don't have to worry about it going as deep. And that's what's nice about these mattes. Like they go deep, but you don't have to worry about the look always being too dark. I feel like you can definitely brighten it up. Unlike this one, it's very deep and very lavender. And then we have our Naughty Nudes by Huda Beauty. Also one of my favorite kind of rosy palettes right here. Definitely we have a lot more pops of pink. We have our duochrome with the blue. We have gold in here. So I definitely feel like there's room in the collection. If you have these palettes, you know, I feel like there's definitely room in collection. I was debating on getting the Patricia, but I don't think I am. But definitely here, definitely plum, berries, you know, pink, and this one like that pop of green. The green just makes it, and it just makes it really grungy, you know, and like I said, really peachy. It just kind of really changes up the color story. So those are some of the like quick comparisons that I thought about. And then I don't know, for some reason it's just telling me to compare these two, even though it's no comparison, but I'll pull it out. And it's Divine Rose 2. So we have Divine Rose 2, definitely very plummy. You got your golds and your bronzes. And then we have Gemini. So I think if you have all these palettes in your, I think it's definitely some type of room. Okay, y'all, don't mind me holding, like my hands are very small, y'all. So like I'm trying to, oh, shit. Okay, I'm done. Baby, I am done. Yeah, because ain't no way. That's what I said. My hands are small. They're very small. So like even holding this when I was showing y'all the colors, it's a challenge. My hands are small, very small. Look at the amount of... So what I was trying to say is, because I'm telling y'all, filming be an adventure around here sometimes, you know. I just think that if you have these palettes in your collection, there is definitely room for Gemini 2. This palette is beautiful. I think Melt knocked it out the park. The packaging is gorgeous. I mean, it's embossed. It's like the usual standard package that we're used to when it comes to Melt. Also, the unicarton was gorgeous as well. And it gives me all the Melt vibes. When I see this, I'm thinking like Melt. You know, for some reason, me and Amari Mariposas don't vibe. I think it's the circles. I don't know what it is, but this is gorgeous. So if you were thinking about picking this up during the Sephora sale, I would definitely go ahead and grab it because it's gorgeous. I love every look. This look is everything. It's so pretty. So let me know which look was your favorite down below. Leave this video. Like, me almost dropping the virals too almost took me out with my fingers going in it. Oh. So leave me a comment down below. Give this video a big old thumbs up and hit the notification bell so you know when I come out with another video, which will be very soon. And subscribe to my channel because you know I would love to have you here in my little makeup family. And with that being said, you already know how we got to end the videos around here. We got to hit it with the chair dance. Chair dance. Hey, 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 chair dance. Chair dance. Chair dance. Hey. All right, y'all. Bye.